boxing talk.
We're back.
We're back.
I don't know.
What the fuck did you just say?
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway,
We don't even know.
This is gonna be like a round table. We're gonna talk about a lot of speculation. But before we start that, I just want to say we've gotten comments that why can't we do more shows? Because there's a lot of speculation out there, and that's not really
what we do.
Yeah.
And we don't do shows on like every little rumor that happens.
Yeah.
We're not going to be on here reporting about every little rumor. We usually this is an enigma kind of a show because we usually don't do speculation, but this is a big speculation.
Yeah. And on top of that, I do want to start by saying this, cause I get these. I don't know if y'all get them. But they bing, 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 bing on my damn phone all day long. So let me start by saying this. I appreciate you motherfuckers for commenting and giving me your opinion and giving me the feedback, because a lot of times when I get bored or some shit,
You ready to go
I can go to the comments and I can be like blah 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 blah, because as y'all don't know, I'm nursing a knee injury that I'm recovering from. So when I'm not in the gym or at therapy, I can go to them comments. And like I said, it's some old faithfuls names that I see over and over, like Edwin and my man that I call him Crocodile Dundee now, but you know, but we definitely appreciate y'all, man, for
So
subbing.
much. Yeah.
And we haven't posted, I think, in like 2 weeks, maybe longer.
yeah.
And y'all still go back and watch the older videos and comment and give us your opinion. And like Alan said, we are an opinionated group of guys who like to give our take on made fights or fights that's really going to happen. We are not a breaking news channel where we going to be reporting the stuff first. So this is where you come when you want to get an honest opinion on how we believe the fight may go. That's not to say that we always right, because we all human.
Yeah.
But
we've been missing.
Right.
Yeah.
Only one I don't miss on is you know who.
And this is what we're about to talk about. This speculation right here.
Yes.
All right.
Canelo Alvarez versus
Jamal
Charlo.
Jamal Lyons only Charlo. Is he Jamal the Hitman Charlo?
Yeah, the Hitman.
Okay. The Get Hitman. If he fighting Canelo to Get Hitman.
Y'all
Charlo.
go ahead. I'm gonna say my opinion.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Look, we gonna leave the biggest Canelo fan among us to comment last. But do you want to go first?
I mean, yeah, I'll go first because it's going to be short. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. I don't want to see Canelo beat up Jamal Charlo. I'd rather see Canelo go up and fight at 175. There's 2 fighters up there. I think Joe Smith already made a comment that he'd rather unify the belts than or go fight Better Beef than fight Canelo. He ain't worried about Canelo. If it happens, it happens. But the one thing about the guys at 175 is what I do know is that they're coming forward, and Canelo's coming forward. So I'm going to see a fight. Jamal Charlo is not an inside fighter. And I just, I see Canelo getting him out of there in 6-7 rounds.
Ooh, that was a big word. I don't even know if I'm going that far.
Okay, well, that's what you think?
Well, Canelo's a slow starter, so 8 or 9.
Okay, well, check this out. I do want to see the fight.
Yeah,
I do. I don't give a damn, but I know why you don't want to see it, Alan, because you figured Charlo just gonna get his ass whooped. But I do want to see the fight. Charlo is a good fighter, but this has been said over and over again that he didn't want to fight these people. He didn't want to fight them, even though it's been proven that he sent the contract to Jamal before, and Jamal didn't take it. Now, hopefully, Jamal takes this fight. And Jamal's going, in my humble opinion, Jamal's going to lose. He probably will get stopped. But then again, I don't know. Jamal tough. But he's going to lose, man. I just, like what you said, some of his deficits on the inside, you know what I'm saying? And the big thing about Jamal is Jamal's jab. That's the big thing about him. He has a nice ass jab. But when you talk about somebody who not like regular boxers these days, like Alan, we just said, where's the ability to slip the jab? No, Canelo has that ability to slip that jab. He knows how to ride with it. He knows how to slip it. He knows how to get inside. The pressure that he's gonna put Jamal under is gonna make him uncomfortable. The body attack, the shots. I mean, they're gonna fight, but I just see Canelo. It's Brandon say, it's just levels to it, and he's not there. He's not, he's not one of them dance around the ring either. He's on his feet.
Stationary.
Yeah, stationary with that jab. He's more like a 1-2, hook type of, and Canelo sees that.
Let me ask y'all something.
It's hard to beat somebody, I mean, like, you on that level with just like, basic boxing shit. And that's what I see with Jamal. You know what I'm saying? I see basic boxing shit. I see a nasty ass jab, right? He throws a good hook sometimes, but a lot of times when he loads up, if he missed that hook, he's off balance. I see this right here, and I see him running into this right here. You know what I'm saying? I see it without even looking, like, throwing a hook right there. I see all of that. I see the shot. I see the body. But I want to see the fight though. I do.
When you think about,
and for all y'all who's saying,
Derevchenko,
not you, Alan, but for everybody else who's saying, why now? Why not now? I don't care. Why not now?
The Derevchenko fight, he stood. I mean, and the height was how much height he had on Derevchenko? He looked like a midget towards him. But
probably the same amount of height he gonna have on Canelo.
But when Derevchenko got inside, he couldn't handle it. That's what kept the fight close. Anytime he had Derevchenko at the end of the jab, pretty easy fight.
I mean, he's athletic, but he's not like mobily. Unless I've been missing some fights. And y'all in the comments, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can eat. Like I said, we love when y'all comment. We appreciate it. So if I'm wrong and y'all got fights when y'all done seen Jamal up on his toes, you know what I'm saying, moving, sticking and moving, I mean, then let me know. But I don't see that. I see him as a straightforward base. I mean, a very good, fundamentally sound fighter, and that's not going to be enough for somebody who's special. They make their name off of beating good, sound, fundamental fighters. So that's my take on. I think he's gonna lose, and people say why now? Why not now? You know what I'm saying? Shit. Okay, he didn't fight him at 154. Y'all said he was running from him. Now that he's out of his contract and he's a free fucking agent, and he's going to make these fights and he's sending out these offers, I don't need y'all to say why now. Why now is because he can make his own fucking decisions. And everybody y'all said that I don't want, with the exception of, Demetrius Andre, because Canelo said he's a horrible fighter. But other than the exception of him, I think y'all gonna get everything y'all want.
Now, let me make this clear. I did say I didn't want to see the fight, but if the fight happens, understand, I'm going with the underdog because I'm gonna put money on that underdog, just because that's what I do. So
I like that.
If I get on here and I say I don't want to see the fight, but if they do fight, I will be cheering for Charlo because I'm gonna put money on Charlo in the chance that he'll probably be like a 10-1 underdog. And hell, if I put enough money on it, I can make some change. So understand that. Go ahead, Brian.
Yes. Wait a minute. Hold up.
Well, first off, let me start by saying,
go ahead.
I told you, motherfucker. I said this shit on a video.
Yes, you did.
When he's done with this DAZN deal, let's see if y'all gonna have the same energy when he goes start knocking on that PBC door.
Man, we've had some hell of arguments over this shit too.
And guess what? Knock, knock, motherfucker. Who's there? Yep. Canelo. Guess what it is now? Canelo who?
Exactly.
Hey! Canelo Alvarez, man, versus Jamal Charlo is the one that I've been wanting. Even though I've said back in the day that I didn't feel as though, and y'all gonna see after the fight, even though I said I didn't feel as though Charlo does anything for Canelo, I stand on that principle. Because after he beats Jamal Charlo, the narrative, I'm telling you guys the narrative now so that I can come right back to this video and have some receipts. And the coach, in the words of Coach Malachi Williams, they're going to say, Jamal Charlo never really was that good. Jamal Charlo went against Deontay Wilder, so it's going to be every excuse in the book. And guess what?
This one too. Jamal Charlo ain't never fight in 168.
And guess what? And this is something that I'm giving y'all. Jamal Charlo only had one fight in 18 months.
Whose fault that?
Those are the narratives that are going to come out. And guess what? Canelo Alvarez is a drug cheat. All of that shit is going to come out. But guess what? He going to spank that ass. Drug cheat, 18-month layoff, whatever the fuck you want to say. Guess what? If he signs for the fight, I don't want to hear it.
And I really think it's in. I mean, and like I said, I don't have any inside information. Like I said, this is a speculation show, which we usually don't do. I think it's in Jamal's court right now, because the offer has been sent, as far as my understanding. And, you know, I think Jamal mummed it over because you got to think about this. Like you said.
Yeah. What do you say when you come back from a fuck up? we had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, a lot of Jamal's buzz and the Charlo's period. Not so much Jamel now, because Jamel's doing his thing at 154 and doing what he's supposed to do. But a lot of the Charlo's buzz is Canelo avoidance. I mean, you need look. Canelo needs to fight Charlo. He needs to fight Charlo. You know, they'll throw Andrade in there too, because it was like Andrade too. Andrade and Charlo. He needs to fight them. Yeah, he needs to fight them. He needs to fight them. So now you got to understand, when you looking at that damn contract, like Brandon said, knock, knock. Who's there? Canelo. Canelo who? Because see, right now, because Canelo said, what the fuck are you, an owl now? Canelo who? You
because
know who the
we
fuck
sent that motherfucking offer over 3 years ago.
Exactly.
And you act like you ain't get it.
Yep.
So I'm going to make sure you get this one, because this one got my name on it, not De La Hoya's.
Exactly.
But
so therefore, you got to think about what's going through his mind. I'm ready to move up to 168. I'm ready to fight this motherfucker. And if he beats my ass, who's talking about me anymore?
And I got to eat all of these words. I'm here, cinnamon.
I
want cinnamon.
Exactly. Who's talking about me anymore?
So y'all saying that in his mind, if he takes this fight, his career is basically over if he loses.
I mean, he made enough money though, so it won't matter.
Yeah, he good. You know, they always show about how much money they made. You know, he can. You always have a career at smacking fans' phones out there. You know, and mean mugging them. You and your brother. Yeah, that's what the fuck he got a career. But no, that's what I think that, you know, in his mind, a lot of his buzz has been around Canelo.
All of it.
Yeah, okay. All of it. It's been around Canelo. Canelo avoided him and everything else. And everybody in the boxing community, they respect Jamal Charlo, because, I mean, even before, you know, David Benavidez pulled his bitch card. You want to get that? Okay. Before David Benavidez pulled his bitch card, because they was respectful at first too. Oh man, we would love that fight. We respect Charlo and all this other stuff. And then he ain't want to come up there and fight him. But now you getting ready to get the fight that you've been hollering you wanted. And if you whoop your ass, ain't nobody checking for you no more. Nobody really cares. Charlo getting ready to fight somebody? Oh, okay.
Like I said.
But if he gives Canelo a good fight. See, I don't believe in that I lost so my career is over. I don't believe that shit.
I mean, it shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't be that way.
But when you build your whole, when people, I'm not gonna say just him, but when people build your whole buzz in your career based on another fighter, that's what happens when you have to face that other fighter.
Yeah. I just want to say, I want to go back down memory lane, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Because unlike you, I know. I paid attention because I was deeply rooted in the Canelo. But
he was Scarface in that joint, deeply rooted.
When Canelo fought Cotto, He was scared to fight Triple G. I just want to paint a picture.
Mm-hmm.
When Canelo fought Cotto and didn't immediately move up and do what everybody wanted him to do, he was scared of Triple G. He moved up, he fought Triple G, beat Triple G. Then he fought Rocky Fielding. Guess what? He was scared to fight the regular WBA champion, Callum Smith, right? Fights Callum Smith. Now all of a sudden, Callum Smith is a nobody. He was scared to fight a slick fighter like a Danny Jacobs or Demetrius Andrade. He fight Danny Jacobs. Now Danny Jacobs really didn't want to win the fight. Oh, he doesn't want to fight Billy Joe Saunders because Billy Joe Saunders is slick and okay, he break his eye socket. Now all of a sudden Billy Joe never fought anybody. Caleb Plant, before the fight, everybody, Caleb Plant, he's big, he's 6'1", he's slick like Floyd, and all this other bullshit. And when he knocked his ass out, now all of a sudden, Caleb Plant wasn't nothing. And when he whooped Jamal Charlo ass, they're going to do the same thing for him, and then they're going to say David Benavidez. And when he spanked that ass, and then they're going to say Archer better be. And when he spanked that ass, they're going to say Dimitri
I'm going to stop you at the 175. Because the difference is Better be Joe Smith. They're not PBC fighters. These PBC fighters only fight once a year.
I don't care if it's PBC
I know that,
or
but I'm
ain't.
saying these guys, these PBC fighters, they don't fight enough. They don't challenge themselves enough to be on a level to fight a Canelo Alvarez.
Neither. Who is Dimitri Bivol for to be on the Canelo? Nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
None of them. The
Well,
point that I'm making is from the fans. It's always, oh, this person going to be the one. Canelo's scared of this person. Then when he spanked them, the only thing that happens is they try to find somebody else. Pretty soon they're going to say, oh, he can't beat Tyson Fury.
Yeah, but you
I
know what? That's part of course with when you're the biggest star in boxing. They're always looking for the next person to beat you. But do not downgrade. Look, y'all consider Charlo, like what Brandon's basically saying.
Give him his credit.
Give the man his credit because look, I wasn't one that thought Caleb Plant was. I mean, you thought Caleb Plant was more special than me and Alan actually.
No, I didn't think he was more special. I thought he was just as special as he was, and he put on a hell of a performance.
Nah, I don't think so.
For 11 rounds, I think he did a good job.
You think so?
I think he did a good job.
You think he was winning that fight?
I don't know if he was winning, but I don't think the fight was that far off. I think it was a close enough fight.
I mean, he had some little slick moves that I watched, but I mean, I don't know if it was like necessarily effective.
The difference with Canelo is if he gets outboxed, he has that dimension that he can go to where he can turn into Jason Voorhees and beat your ass. That's the difference.
Well, okay, so that's the point.
What Canelo has is damn perfect timing.
Yeah.
That's Mike Tyson.
And it's like I say, like people like Earl, Jaron Ennis, Canelo Alvarez, those guys apply Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Those guys apply mental they apply foot pressure. So even when you're not having to fight, you're having to fight. So it tires you. It drains you.
But what the three people you just mentioned also have is they can fight in different styles. If they got to back up on the back foot, they can. And if they got to come forward or if they got to stand their ground, they can.
Right, but what I'm saying is what makes them special. It's not the backing up that makes them special. It's the fact that they can force you to fight when you don't want to.
Oh, expend energy.
You see what I'm saying? They can make you use energy when you're trying to catch those little breathers. See, when Caleb Plant is fighting Mike Lee and Feigen Boots and all these motherfuckers who allow him to, when after he get off, blah, 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 he looks shot, boom, and then he can take his little breaks and take his 13, 14 seconds to breathe, and then he come back, yeah, ha, and he take. Canelo is not going to allow that. The minute you get off, he going to block, and he right back there. Now it's like, oh shit. You know, it make you. It's almost like I remember playing against Kevin Durant. It always felt like I was out of breath. Like we get back to the time I'm like it was just different. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that shit is when you on that level. It's a difference from playing against some regular motherfuckers where you can get your shit off, and it's another level when the motherfucker is just as good or better, and he's making you fight when you don't want to fight or when you're not used to fighting. And that's what Canelo does to these guys.
Look, and you know it by being, like you said, you know by being in the ring in boxing, because, you know, like when you get in there with a motherfucker and you just know it's different.
Right.
But
I've never been on that level. That's why I use basketball.
I'm just talking about like on a smaller level.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, you could be dogging motherfuckers in the gym and shit, then you get in the ring with one motherfucker and, you know, you throw a couple of shots and you realize before he even land a shot, oh, this is different.
Yeah, because it's
this shit right
his
here.
reflex is there. I gotta be
sharper.
And that is the reason why when people like Allen say, oh, De La Hoya abandoned his jab. He had to. Because from your naked eye, you looking at, oh, he not throwing his jab. From inside that ring, he looking at shit. When I throw this jab, he countering my ass. Same thing with, like you said about Jamal Charlo. Yeah, that jab sharp as fuck against fucking...
No. I did say that about De La Hoya abandoning the jab, but I have other reasons behind that. Politics.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
what
you're saying versus what's going on in the ring.
I mean, it's like if you beating somebody's ass on the street, it's one thing, but like you said, you get in the ring and it's
different.
It's different.
Like he said, you get in that motherfucker and you realize, bop, oh shit, he got out of the way. That's my fastest jab. You know you in for a long motherfucking night. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker come down, pull up in your face.
But maybe, like I said, because I haven't watched that fight. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched the De La Hoya Floyd Mayweather fight in about a year or so. But I don't necessarily see how Floyd took the fucking jab away.
He made certain adjustments.
I think, well, like I said, I'm talking about the counter, and I didn't see him countering the jab very much. So I don't know what De La Hoya just said at the end of the fight.
What I'm saying is the only way
my jab was working. I don't know why. Politics, me and Alan think.
The only way countering off the jab ain't the only way to stop you from throwing the jab.
That's true.
Even if I'm parrying your jab so you can't. Terrence Crawford was getting out jabbed by Kell Brook, and he switched to southpaw and was just parrying his jab to control his jab. You don't have to counter the jabs a 1,000 ways to control a jab. But just because we don't see it from the outside, we assume, oh, he not jabbing. No, that motherfucker doing something in that ring to stop. Even with Kovalev, they're like, oh, he just pity pat. Yeah, because he don't want to sit down on nothing and get caught with one of them hard ass counters.
Yeah, because he was just, like I said, he was so worried about his body.
Yeah, he knew he had a soft midsection.
Yeah, so he knew. I knew what Kovalev was doing.
Yeah, like, if just trying to land and stay the fuck out the way.
To stay out the fucking way. Yeah, so I mean, but like I said, even like I said, Jamal, his jab. I mean, he got a good jab just about against anybody. I done seen him knock people down with the jab. But the fact is that
J-Rock ain't Canelo.
Yeah, that's true.
So
but I'm just saying, because you put so much, you lean into that jab so much, you are available for a counter if you miss that motherfucker.
And
just a slip.
And
you see how Canelo look. You saw the Daniel Jacobs joint. Jacobs throwing jabs and Canelo
right in front of him.
Yeah, right in front of him. Making a miss. The way we used to love how Sweepy used to do that shit.
Which would deter you from throwing.
And all this shit like that.
So imagine if you got a motherfucker that can stand in front of you and boop, 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 and look sweet on you and get out of the way of the motherfucker jab. And then, or let's use Charlo versus J-Rock. J-Rock don't hit like Canelo. So even if he countering, it's not the same effect as a motherfucker like Canelo, who's a tree stump, who's getting every inch of leverage on every body shot. It'll deter you from throwing those jabs. On top of that, you already know walking into that ring, this nigga different. You know what I'm saying? You know that. I don't give a fuck what these motherfuckers say. When they walk in that ring, they know that nigga different.
Yeah. Just like Daniel Jacobs said, even though, even before, like I said, before the fight, when he stepped into the ring, he said it was different to see Triple G coming that motherfucker with that motherfucking roll, Triple G with all them belts.
Different.
He said it was different. he said, you looking over at that motherfucker like,
nigga, remember?
But then you know how it is though. Look, you know how sometimes like you like, okay, this is different. The pressure's different. But then you get in the ring and realize, no, it's really he is everything
really
they say.
Different.
Yeah, he's everything they say he is. He's really different.
And just like when I told you we played against Durant and them, and the motherfucker came out dribbling the football, it's like, if he doing that, he already mentally fucked you.
Exactly.
If he doing this shit with a fucking football, what the fuck is he gonna do with a basketball?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So now you like, man, every time this motherfucker get the ball, you like, oh shit, he ain't even did nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? But just mentally, bro, that, like I said, Triple G, Mike Tyson, Deontay Wilder. A lot of those fights were won off of the simple fact that you realize I'm in here with a motherfucker in Deontay Wilder who I can beat his ass all 12 rounds and he can land one jump and turn these motherfucking lights out.
Yep.
And that mentally is in your mind. I don't give a fuck who you are.
And that's mental pressure.
Even Tyson Fury told you, I know he's the hardest puncher I've ever probably faced.
Yep.
But it take another different type of motherfucker to go in there and get hit with that shit and get the fuck back up. Is Charlo that guy? I don't know. I don't think so.
Do you think he's gonna get stopped?
That's the part I don't know, because I definitely think Charlo is tough.
Very tough.
But I can beef a lot of times.
Well, now, has he fought anybody that's gone to his body like Canelo?
This is what I'm gonna say. As far when it comes to stoppages,
I don't know.
No. This is what I say. This is what you don't think he's gonna stop?
No. He asked the question. He said, "Has he fought anybody that has gone to his body the way Canelo is?" And
no, 100% no.
Yeah, and that's what Alan said. I was like, I don't know. I was like, this no.
But this is my thing. When it comes to stoppages, stoppages can happen in a multitude of ways. So a lot of times when people hear stoppage, the first thing people think about is,
yeah, you got it.
But they don't think about the accumulation of punches, the stopping you from being able to throw your jab, the lowering your punch output, the beating on you to the point where now you're not sure of yours. Just like your boy that had the split in his head did the Marcus Brown. Better be. A lot of times the stoppage can come just over the fact that you're not throwing enough punches. So I can see a stoppage, but it doesn't mean he's just gonna flat out knock.
But see, I see another factor in this. But Charlo is used to being the star of his fights. He's going into another, like you said, against the fight with Caleb Plant. Actually, mentally, you're in an arena that you're just not used to.
I'm telling you, this shit different, bro.
So Charlo's not only stepping into the ring with a superior fighter, but he's stepping into a atmosphere that he's never been in before. You talking about selling out Houston? Well, you're gonna be in Vegas.
No, I think they're going to Dallas.
They might. It's possible Dallas. They said Vegas or Dallas, but
Canelo trying to beat that boy in his home, in his state, and prove a point. I'm telling you, Canelo gonna come in this fight. Man, y'all
for all y'all. No, I've been hearing they say Canelo say I'm gonna beat you up for all the stuff you've been talking.
All this shit you've been thinking, and that's the thing. And Earl said something quite appealing to me. People take quietness for weakness.
Yeah.
Just because a motherfucker don't say something back every time you say something, don't mean I'm scared. You gonna get in here and realize, like he told Caleb Plant, I'll show you, motherfucker. November 6th, I will beat your ass, motherfucker. So, like I said, Charlo gonna have to get in there and show us how tough he really is. When you smacking these motherfuckers, when you get in there with Canelo, I want you to think about that phone you smacked out that fucking fan's hand.
Was it him or was his brother?
It was Jamal.
It was Jamal. Okay.
When you smack that fucking phone out of that fan's hands,
and
who helps pay your motherfucking salary because you just quiet as kept, motherfucker. He paid a fucking ticket, which your ass gets some type of percentage from. So you keep that same motherfucking energy.
That's right, and damn it, you always have a career in that. Cause you smacked that phone good, but and mug too. Like, what you gonna do about it? As you was walking out though, not in his face though, Alan. Like, smack the phone and I'm walking out, $1 million. Like, what you gonna do? I'm a professional boxer type shit. Yeah. That's all I'm just saying. You got a career in that after Canelo beat your motherfucking ass.
It's a different time. I mean, you slap my phone out my hand. Although you a professional fighter, goddamn, the pride in me gonna say, goddamn, I'm about to take an ass whooping because somebody about to get hurt.
Any fighter think I'm about to square up and dance around, I'm going to beat your ass.
You know, the first thing I'm gonna do is put him in the air.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Everything.
The first thing is supposed to go. If you go out there, Alan, and you get ready to fight a fight, and you throw your motherfucking hands up, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. To the fucking thigh.
I'm small, like you said, all that. Just what you said, Brandon. Look, I'm attacking your fucking base. I know. I am kicking your knees out and all that shit. I'm fucking you up.
Touching every goddamn
elbows,
pillar in this motherfucker.
Yep.
And you better hope the security can fucking contain me.
Yep. Because I'm not, look, ain't nobody gonna sit there and square with you and try and rumble, throw hands with you when you do that all day, every day.
I don't want to go on another rant about this shit, but every time I think about that shit boils my fucking blood, bro.
Batman box.
Yeah, Batman
Batman
but no, yeah, because in a way though, like I said, when you do shit like that though, and we gonna like you said, Batman boxing talk, man. But when you do shit like that, you deserve to get your ass beat. Batman boxing talk, man.
Oh my god, that shit irks me, bro. I swear to God.